give aquatics a few more tries. Or we're just arms dealering. I'd rather take a shop that I can roll. Catfish kind of nice. Just gives us a win condition when we have a bunch of HP. Take the fight that can drop a weapon. Hey, Frosty. How's it going? Some more fish piles. Yeah. Oh. This character's weird.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Small and medium items. I don't really want to roll it. This is 4 gold.
How do you hugelings use these things? I only sell things.
Just take the
so I can
weapons.
buy
Not gonna bother with the beach ball.
huge things.
Okay, there we go.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more. Hey, when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Take the barrel.
Newful teaches stillness. I prefer action.
So Bolas does 100 damage. Double barrel does 120 damage. Guess that's a bit better.
Go ahead, underestimate me.
So I need an
Makes
enchanted
this more
submersible
fun.
on a shipwreck
You should
board.
know, I'm a bit of a legend on Palaga.
Yeah. Youch. I still have no crit chance. We're good? Nice.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Beat the plus 40 damage cutlass. We'll be taking the regen.
Ah,
Or the,
place to store
the
the
XP.
rest of the tyrant's
Not the
gold.
regen. Could take strength here if we just lean into weapons with arms dealer.
It takes real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
Seems like that makes sense. This is 1 more gold than this. I am not certain that we have the damage for you. Some of this poison gets counteracted by the healing. I have nice burst damage. I'm not gonna risk it. Oh, pig skill start's actually good, but you started low rolling. Yeah, it's so hard to evaluate without knowing what the pools are. Or even how the pools work. Like, I'm certain that there's some kind of weighting going on, but I don't know. Obviously don't know what the weights are. Because you get skills like Arms Dealer pretty commonly, but you don't get the monster skills very much. They're just better content. I agree with that, yeah. I do feel like we'd be playing a lot of the same games if we just took the golden income start most of the time. Like on Pig, we were taking gold income and just playing a lot all over the game. Content choice is enchanted lump of crap. Maybe. Go here. I think I'm upgrading the barrel.
blade,
Hmm.
the quicker the fight.
So we're not leveling. I could upgrade the Bolas, or we go to Armory to try to replace the Seashell. This comes with 40 life. It's not bad. For now, yeah. The first month they're only available through the Battle Pass.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
You build half the time, just a pile of pickles in a matchbox. Yeah. You can also just not find the matchbox. It is kind of an issue. Hey, Unicro. Yeah, it's just time gated, Battle Pass exclusive.
We have an empty chest.
It's not too different to if it was like a long Battle Pass and like free-to-play players just couldn't get through the Battle Pass in under a month, if you want to think about it that way. Um, let's see. We have a bronze crow's nest. Figured out what Vanessa does. I'm worried that it's a bunch of things that tend to fall off at like 7 or 8 wins. It seems like there's the puffer lines and there's the weapon lines. If you don't hit your pivot into powder keg, you're having a rough time. I haven't really been playing any single weapon. Maybe single weapon's good. I'm just so scared of losing to freezes. All the single weapon boards feel like they're so bad into just like one free skill.
People first, profit 10th. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Don't think I need catfish. They bonked sniper rifle? Cove is a pretty reliable build. Is it? What does it mean to be playing Cove? My experience with Cove is it feels like you're trying to hit a damage enchant or you don't have a comp. But you need to invest so much into it that if you don't hit the enchant, you're just fucked. I think I'm just taking the guarantee here. Could probably take a fight, but it'd be really bad to get a weapon. Oh, sustained damage. I'm just gonna go here.
No, I am not a dervish. That's offensive.
Slower haste is bad. I mean, shiny or shielded is pretty bad too. You don't have access to force field or spiky shield. Like, you can't convert shield into damage on this character. The only enchants that I'm hoping for is really just fiery. Even Obsidian wasn't enough damage the one game that I played at last patch. Get some other scaling stuff and it can carry you. I mean, it could be some defenses. It's just that's not usually... I feel like it is so important for comps to be able to kill the opponent quick. Just so much shield you can win even if you scale slower. That hasn't been my experience. Like, a 2000 shield item on a 4-second cooldown just isn't a late game. If it was lower investment, maybe. But it's just like, you gotta be feeding it early. You probably have to use your level 7 upgrade on it. You're often going to be using your level 13 upgrade on it. You're spending your enchant on it.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
Like, I had a game yesterday with a 500 shield obsidian pearl that was going very fast, and we still only barely 10-winned that game. Like, a 500 shield pearl is the equivalent of, like, a 1500 shield cove that takes up one space. And it's doing damage. There were a couple fights, if we didn't hit our freezes, we would have lost.
Sails down, anchors up.
Sail, no sail. I want what's right for you. Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
Place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Don't really have damage. This is going to fall off. This may have already fallen off.
I'm not sure where else. You picked that up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
Sort of set up for single weapon. Having 3 squares of power items on one thing is better than having 1 square of power item. Not when that 1 square is doing the same thing as the 3 square item. I'm calling the equivalent because the pearl is like 3 times faster than the cove. Not because the cove is making more shield.
Not to squabble with nobodies.
Okay, beat a D3 railgun. Thankfully no tech items over there.
Well, howdy, hero.
Should be a bunch of life.
Hat's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the
I want
bazaar.
to hold on to the bludgeon. Still not used to railgun not multicasting. Yeah. I guess I don't want to roll this. Actually have the damage to kill you.
Buddy, I've got work to do.
This I might not have the damage for. Well,
We will aquaform this world. Your streets will be our rivers. Ah!
come on, catfish. I do have the benefit of not taking a lot of game actions. This Hydra dude kind of sucks.
By fin and gill, I will sink this city to the mud!
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
I don't plan on playing this Catfish for very long. I also don't plan on playing this Bolas for very long. Feels very wrong to be rolling here. Just take the Creeping Chill.
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin. But I'll keep you as long as I can.
A lot of things that enable even Shiny Defense heal coves. Force Field, Spiky Shield off Dig Site, Soul to the District. Well, I would say those three things are very rare. Burn or Poison Scaling can be okay, but you're spending 3 slots on your defensive item. There are options to make use of it. My issue is just none of those options are all that good. A lot of those options would be better spent not having invested a ton into Cove and just done other stuff.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Like, it's hard to fit in a Cove when you're trying to do Lighthouse stuff. If you're trying to win with Burn. It still isn't damage. Or reload.
I feel like you're not being fully present with me.
Okay.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms. Bring her about! I've got
Easy.
another salvo in me.
My lessons are painful. Are you prepared?
The worst damage scaling. Yeah.
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a guard.
Enjoy the thrill of battle. Well, you can.
Obsidian Cannonade. Hey, you. Thanks for the tier 1. Oh, appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. This would be cool if I could afford it. Maybe. It's not great. Even if I could afford it. This is 2 gold for 40 life. I don't know, I gotta find damage, is the problem. I don't think this counts as damage. Maybe this counts as damage. Fish for flashy reload instead.
Yes, most of our citizens are roaches. Is there a problem with that? opponent resorts to violence.
That's a start. That's definitely a start. Hmm. Might just be multi-weapon crow's nesting. Sniper not looking too bad. No, it is. I still don't have a silencer. It wouldn't be going in until 13 anyway. Can I skip temp boost here? I'm gonna try to skip temp boost.
Just taking the first step toward good taste. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Why'd this one have to be bronze?
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither. You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
This is just what? 140 damage. It's more if it crits. I still know what I want to use this on.
You're a smart one for your size.
Sell it to the AUG. Don't think I'm playing Ice Pick. I'll keep the amulet around. That might end up being important if we get like a powder keg. Just all in on double barrel damage. Seems reasonable.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
No, I'm out of damage. Should have played the catfish. Probably still would have lost. The playlist is here.
Cannon, no ball.
This could be upgrade Crow's Nest. Let's go for a weapon here. We get the keg. I think I'm upgrading the nest.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
I want to try to get this hand axe out of play. this. Don't have any slows. This might still drops better stuff. Might end up being relevant if I get a skill or an enchant.
See that plank? Walk.
Just another wing.
The tyrant's reach is you got grit. I respect that.
Yeah, this gives us more burst, but it does make us run out of damage.
In the past. We'll lose more
Maybe not a good trade-off.
if we don't track her down.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer. Do you have to leave already?
Okay, there's Ramrod.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Good crit chance on everything. This could still matter if I end up playing Powder Keg. This is my heated shells.
Expertise is my primary function. It is some of my students did not pay attention. Now they do not live.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Yeah.
Now you can learn a lot from losing.
Yeah. See a lot so fast. Crook. Yeah, I just have a lot of damage. Pretty normal. Don't skip XP to go here? I don't think so.
Ready to go, and nobody gets hurt.
Damage sucks. Let's go dig site.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work? Hey, you're a natural at this.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it
That
was weird.
helps. I have no crit in my skills. The only crit that I have for the keg is the amulet and the crow's nest.
not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
It's cute. Not very good, but cute. Does this get faster with upgrades? How does Astrolabe work? Now the cooldown goes down. Still just got very slow activators. Yeah, this probably doesn't even work with Diamond Astrolabe. Like, incendiary rounds might let me keg. Except I need the crit. I could drop the Ramrod for incendiary rounds. Which lets me play the amulet if I can find another crit skill.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
An obsidian the keg. I'm a little worried this is too slow.
Who I am does not matter. Only what at the edge of the foundation, they wait, they build.
Solves a little bit of crit. Want to replace Ramrod with 2 small ammo items to accelerate the keg. I'd be worried about running out of damage. Because this doesn't always crit. Like, ideally I want to get the Crow's Nest out of play. But that probably requires a skill and this upgrading.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Yikes. Not even close. Not even close. That was very slow, though.
Every creature has a weak point. I see
That is not crit chance. Inexorable feels a bit slow. I'm down for this. If I could find one more small weapon, I could do this. Burn crit's pretty slow, yeah. Do this to feed the dog. Gumballs to feed the dog. Get some crits. %2 crit. Barrel benefit from plus damage. A little bit. Not much. Why is it a base 156? 55, 65. Oh, wait, no, this hand it's here. Should be 110 plus 20. 130. I guess gumballs. Yeah, okay.
Ye look like town-top scum to me. I failed the coral.
So what, I would lose crit chance, but gain keg speed? It's only a little bit of keg speed. Just the amulets. Try to get burn.
Canvas, and time is my paint.
Not great. Maybe Artist the Barrel was better. Artist the Barrel was probably better.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist,
Just
we're
more
out
hits.
to dethrone a king, not to squabble with
Hey, Lukenar. Thanks for the sub. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is no defense Vanessa. Giga dead.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Do a little wavering. Some defense. Should maybe go to the shop and dig for the amulet. Might be better. I'm scared of your pile of armor. I'm gonna go here. Crit chance on ammo items, potentially. Probably could play haste potion, too.
It's over already. We barely got our flags up.
I feel like keg, anchor, boulder type items are underutilized. Yeah, I think a lot of people that say Vanessa doesn't have a good late game just like aren't aware of the late game pivots. Keg is just one of the best late game items in the entire game. Could be a lot of work to get there, but if you manage to pull it off, comp is pretty close to Exodia. Few things are beating a full power keg board. This is not a full power keg board, but it's getting there.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
No freezes over there. Are you playing keg on Lighthouse? Yeah. That can also work. I don't know, the more we feed the dog, the better we are in the comps that have shield. Should probably be looking to get the Ramrod out of play. I guess that would have been a reason to keep around the Pop Snappers. Yeah, game's good. Game's good. There's no starting haste in here. I don't think I need anything from C4. I've already got the heated shells. We could get ammo damage, but there's nothing that's gonna speed up my board.
I know the eastern sky is beautiful at dawn. But can we get moving?
I guess this could be when we use a weapon, charge a weapon. I'm just gonna look here.
I did not seek this power for my own gain, you know.
Oh, we just get it here anyway? Sure. What is this Adira? The high roll from the haste shop, the high roll from the weapon shop.
Learn much today, but there is so much more.
The illusion of choice, etc., etc. Oh, yeah, the clock's moved.
Waste of gunpowder.
With the Trash Mayor PvE fight, in his little icon to get him to talk, the dog has a name. Huh.
I offer you a check. The Bazaar is more than a city. It is their plaything.
Gunpowder on the barrel makes cutting the ramrod a lot easier.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. Tell everyone you got it here.
Grappling hook's at least more crit. I'd lose my ramrod crit this way. I don't think that's a problem.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
I think every state other than Arizona does DST. Oh. Well, I have avoided getting murdered by force field. A state by state decision is mad cursed. It's pretty bad. There's... There's either one state or one city that's split into two states that has different daylight savings depending on what street you're on. Any tips on what to do on free-to-play, Vanessa? What we're doing right now is probably the strongest late-game thing that you can be doing. You just play early-game ammo into late-game, find heated shells from the ammo skill guy, or the burn skill guy, into powder keg. Normally you do this with 100% crit rather than obsidian, but there's a bunch of ways to make it so that keg just kills them.
The Grand Society of Master Merchants welcomes you.
Wars are won with gold, they say.
Not too big.
We're going to be trying to do some aquatic stuff tonight, too. But this is probably the most reasonable thing to do on the character. The pivot can be rough, but even when you miss the pivot, you're usually still good for 7 wins.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish. Haha! Now this will inspire the crew.
I would like to maybe cut this barrel.
Yataria?
The dunes?
Where shall we start? That looks like the Cretaceous era?
Doesn't look like we're going to, though. It would need to be, like, throwing knives and... I don't even know. Bolas? Ew. An Uzi. That's what we need. Oh, doll would be good, yeah. Well, what do you got, pig?
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
A lot of healing, not a lot of shield, so... death? Item on the far right called Gap. It's holsters. I don't understand. Powder keg good. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Vanessa's best late game, still Vanessa's best late game. Quick Vanessa guide. Do ammo or burn poison stuff to win early. Find something better in the mid to late game. Good multicast. Real late game. Combine build with % health damage item. Yeah. I mean, I think you're combining a bunch of different things there in a way that's not very helpful. Vanessa, I think, has 3 main lines. You have multi-weapon, and then that diverges into either powder keg, you can pivot it into single weapon with your double barrel, or you can be all in on, like, figurehead swashbuckle with multi-weapon. Those are the 3 lines. The one that's strongest late game is powder keg, followed by probably the multi-weapon stuff, but the multi-weapon stuff's a lot harder to hit. It's hard to have the flat damage scaling that you need to make multi-weapon work. And then single weapon is the weakest of them late game, but is the easiest one to get together of the 3. Though, this might actually be easier to get together than a good single weapon board. I don't know. Then you've got the aquatic line, just something completely different, where you're starting off with, like, seaweed catfish, and then you're trying to build into pufferfish with water wheel into shipwreck. And then that's kind of your late game. This is just shipwreck pufferfish with enchants. The comp really needs to hit enchants to get to 10 wins, but if you do, if you find like extra damage on your puffer, or you get an enchanted shipwreck, that can be aligned to 10 wins. Single weapon can transition to boulder. Yeah, probably. Multi-weapon can probably also pivot into boulder, maybe. I feel like the boulder lines are a lot better when you have the plus gold start rather than you're going for the starting skill. Boulder tends to require you to buy all new items. Like, Boulder really wants you to have the boulder itself, which is expensive. You want to have Rowboat, which gets expensive to upgrade. You want to have Silencer, which if you're playing multi-weapon, you probably don't have. You want like a Captain's Wheel, I think. Something to haste the boulder itself. The third line is you start on single weapon with Crow's Nest. So the core is like Crow's Nest, Silencer, Cutlass, or Crow's Nest, Silencer, Double Barrel, Ramrod, something like that. And you can play that all game, but the line in is pretty narrow. Like, it's easy to not have the Crow's Nest or not have the Silencer. Or Flagship. Yeah, you can Flagship. You can Flagship.
Hasn't sat in the dock this long since my father built her.
You're taking gold start when you're moved to play single weapon and Cove lately. Yeah. There are some starts that are probably a lot better with the gold start. It feels like when I'm playing the skill start, I'm pigeonholed into either going multi-weapon, because this pivot is pretty cheap, all things considered. You just gotta pick up the keg and then make sure you have crit, which is something that you wanted to have anyway. Or aquatics, because aquatics tend to scale well off of the starting skill, and don't need the gold as much. I'm just not a big believer in the early game Crow's Nest stuff for the most part. I'm so scared of taking that comp into the late game too with freeze skills.
They're loyal to me. We could use you in the fight on Pelago.
But yeah, taking the gold start gives you access to more pivots, because you have more gold that you can spend to like hold on to speculative things. Where the gold skill makes single lines that you're going down a bit stronger. Or in our case here, it gave us Arms Dealer to make us tanky through the early game. More life to make sure we're able to survive to get off the powder keg. Yeah, I think that's currently my 5-minute summary of Expansionless Vanessa. Those are the 3 lines that feel reasonable. They all have potential to 10 win. Some need to pivot more than others. But, like, the pivots are pretty known going into the comp. It's not really pivoting so much as just how the comp progresses. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in like 2 minutes. When we get back, we will play some more. Hope you guys stick around.